Bonjour, Ogajige Higanin Indigenous, Magazine Dodam, Mississaugas and Dow, New Credit Dunji, Namkage Win, Wasaka Binjabam, Winishki Babigum, Kadeka Zimwadak, Rita Bimshanam, Rita Upnishnam, Asia Bejigo, Bakadane. And what I said was welcome to our traditional territory. You've come far, and we waited long.
I will now call upon Mayor Miller to introduce Chief Brian Laforme.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. Members of Council, Chief Laforme, and members of the Council of the Mississaugas of the New Credit First Nation, honored guests. Today, we are making history. It is historic because this is the first time in our mutual histories that Toronto City Council is meeting with the Council of the Mississaugas of the New Credit First Nation. History is also being made because finally, 200 years later, an injustice is about to be corrected. On behalf of the people of Toronto, my colleagues on City Council, and the Toronto Public Service, I am deeply honored, Chief, that we are able to join with the Mississaugas of the New Credit to celebrate the settlement of a land claim known as the Toronto Purchase. You may have learned in your history books about the Toronto Purchase, and that the Crown paid 10 shillings for what is now Toronto. What you may not have learned was that Canada took more land and paid less than had been promised. Today, the promise has finally been kept. The land claim filed by the Mississaugas of the New Credit was filed in 1986, but negotiations did not begin until the year 2003. In January this year, Minister Stroll and Chief Laforme were able to announce that an agreement could be reached. And I understand that in a formal way, the Mississaugas of the New Credit have now voted to approve that agreement. And it's in the spirit of settling this historic wrong, in a spirit of a true partnership between our respected peoples, that the Council of the Mississaugas of the New Credit, led by their chief, are coming here today to share food and celebration with the Council of the City of Toronto. And it's in that spirit that it gives me great pleasure to introduce Chief Brian Laforme of the Mississaugas of the New Credit First Nation and invite him to address our City Council. Chief.
Mayor Miller, Toronto City Council, thank you for that very, very warm welcome. Much appreciated. We are honored to be invited here today to participate in this very historic meeting between your council and ours. Thank you for this invitation, and on behalf of the Mississaugas of the New Credit First Nation, we would like to thank you for your ongoing commitment, dedication, and caring for the traditional land of our people. You're doing a pretty good job. For over the past 8 years, the mayor and I have developed a strong relationship based on mutual trust and support. He has offered support whenever possible and has shown commitment to honoring the rights of the First Nations people of this land. And we have made attempts to keep his office informed of our activities, on our successes in the Toronto Purchase land claim. It is not only the Mayor's office that has treated our First Nations with respect, but also the many organizations in Toronto and the people themselves. We are honored dignitaries at many events in and around Toronto, and our elders and our children are constantly asked to open ceremony and perform culturally activities such as singing, drumming, and dancing in the Toronto area. The settlement of this land claim will only further enhance the relationships that we built up between the two cities. We have the opportunity, with your help, to educate, promote our First Nations history and culture to all those who wish to learn. We have the opportunity to explore and to approach economic development and partnerships within and around the city. We are looking for property in the City of Toronto, not only to other outreach to organizations and businesses and for our people. It is time to let the people know that the traditional landholders are home and that we are here to stay. We have a personal responsibility to all the people of this city, a responsibility to land, waters, a responsibility that we must honor. We seek your support in establishing a basis of operation that will lead to everyday interactions with the people of Toronto, a basis of operation that will make it easier for our people in Toronto to communicate with their First Nations families at New Credit First Nation, a base of operation that will make it easy for businesses in the City of Toronto to meet the duty of consultation as it relates to our First Nation and develop within our communities and territories. At this time, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to speak here today and look forward to many years of working together for the benefit of all our people. I would like to recognize all our community members that have come here today, and I wish they would stand and please give them a warm welcome here, please. I'm going to ask Stacy if he would do the honors of reading a poem that he wrote just especially for this occasion. And I think it's very appropriate when you hear the poem, and I think you'll understand why. So if I could, Stacy, if you would, please.
The heartbeat that is Toronto. In days long ago, this was a place of nature and beauty, a sacred place, a land of medicine, a land where all different nations gathered to heal wounds of body and spirit. Many different drums beat, many different songs were sang, in prayer to the Creator and thanks to Mother Earth. Today it is a land overshadowed by creations of man. It is still a land of beauty, but it is man-made beauty. My people are but a small part of this land, for many, many nations now call this land home. As time passes, the face of this land changes from nature to man to a combination of both. What the future holds, I cannot say. Yet I know that we must face that future as one. Let us set aside small differences. Let us concentrate on the real issues. Let us not be bogged down in rhetoric. Let us live each day with a feeling of accomplishment. Most important, let us remember, we are not adversaries, nor are we enemies. We share a similar past, a kindred spirit, and a common heritage. We must always remember the real reason that we are here, to do the right thing for all our people, for the people, the heartbeat that is Toronto.